Go.
Hello and welcome into the Igloo. For this final matchup of the semester, it's the Temple Owls taking on the William Paterson Pioneers. Thank you so much for joining us on the Temple University Ice Hockey Network. I'm Luke Milai alongside Jonathan Burke on the call, Olivia Benner and Haley Palmer helping us out behind the scenes. Jonathan, last game of the semester, we're back at home. It feels good after a few weeks of layoff.
A few weeks of layoff and back at home for a really important matchup. William Paterson comes into this as second place currently in the standings. Temple comes in holding the first place in the standings. This is the first time these two are meeting up this season, and it's going to be really key to see where both of them kind of stand. William Paterson has been a big dark horse. They have a bunch of good leading scorers on this team. And Temple, they've already matched their best ever D1 finish, so let's see how they do.
These teams haven't matched up since 2019, and we are underway. Here's Pilarski. His shot is saved by Mulholland. Mulholland actually got the starting goal when these teams last played in that 2019 matchup. Smedley banks that one along the boards into the corner. Jinx chases after, and the Pioneers come away with it.
It was a good quick go by Pilarski. I think it was good to show the aggression early.
Just 10 seconds in, getting that first shot on goal, and now that one will be sent in where Stonefield's waiting for it. The Owls moving through the neutral zone. Here's Rudolph, and it's offsides. McDowell might have got in a bit early.
Yeah, it looks like the game plan here for the Owls is take advantage of the quickness you have on your roster, take advantage of a lot of these slashers, and really go at William Paterson. This is a team that can be great, but then also has struggled sometimes in high-scoring affairs.
And they've been struggling as of late. They haven't won back-to-back games since late October. And they're coming off a win in their last matchup, so we'll see if they can buck that trend today or if the Owls will get the better of them again. That one's sent far in on goal. Mulholland wants to give it up, but he's forced to hold as McDowell pressures him. The Owls will get an offensive zone draw just over a minute into this first period.
Again, good to show the aggression, but William Paterson not able to control the neutral zone at all. They've not really had a chance down to Teskalitsky yet.
Here's Rudolph shooting one off the draw. Got blocked in front. Might have hit Pachetsky on its way there. Now the Pioneers trying to move ahead. It's Plone nearly turning it over to Gane, and now here comes Brusky. Moving on in. Far out of the net goes Galitsky to cover that one up.
That was good defense right there. I think good awareness by Galitsky, too. He saw the 24 break through the defensive line. He needed to make a play.
Nicholas Bucci flying down that left side. Galitsky, as you mentioned, an active play to get out and cover that puck up. Back out to the point, flipping one on net. That one will go just wide. Back to retrieve it is Murphy, sends it back in. Into the slot and turned over for the time being, and now the Owls come away with it. Pushing it ahead, here's McDowell. His shot is high over the cage and off the glass. Rudolph working with it, tries to send it back for Sauer. That one's picked off, and the other way go the Pioneers. Here's King now, floating one over Galitsky. Altogether, it drifts into the corner.
That was a good tip there by Lansdowne.
Sauer now controlling for the Owls and moving the other way. Long outlet pass pushed ahead by Walker. Mulholland out of the net to get it, mishandles it a bit, and it drifts to the corner. Pushing ahead, here's Lasher trying to get it out, but he can't. It was kept in by Barberini, and now back to get it is Boyle. His clear attempt hits the referee, and Walker will send it back behind the net.
William Paterson struggling a lot here, trying to just control the puck, and that was a good grab on the shot from Barberini. But they're just struggling to really control the puck and make, a solid offensive effort put together, at least put it together.
The Owls doing a good job with their pressure. The Pioneers, they haven't really connected on their passes so far, and the Owls have taken advantage. 3 shots on Mulholland early. And now coming the other way are the Pioneers. It's Marvin down the near side. Working with it behind the net. Pressured nicely by Smedley, but it comes away. Here's Boyle sending one on net, and that's swallowed up by Galitsky. Joey Galitsky, 32 saves in the Owls' last matchup against Duquesne.
And that was good defense by Smedley and Ringwood. That's the leading scorer, number 17. He's got 36 points, 16 goals. That's a goal a game, 20 assists. I mean, number 17 needs to be shut down today in order for the Owls to get a win.
That is Alex Marvin with his 36 points on the year, over 2 points per game. This is a guy that has showed up every time he's been out there on the ice, and that shot goes just wide. Back out to the point, Whining, sending one on net. It got blocked in front. The Owls coming the other way. That'll be floated in by Ringwood. On net, the Owls are getting a change, so Mulholland doesn't have to cover. And again, some good pressure from the Owls, nearly forcing a turnover. Now the Pioneers come up with it into the slot, trying to get a shot away. It drifts in front. It's high in the air, and it goes behind the net. Centering pass, taken the shot, saved by Galitsky. Teets had a shot right on the doorstep.
Teets had multiple chances. Like, he had the puck coming into the zone. I think he tried to pass it to Polheim, and then it ended up back in his stick, and he was, again, able to put the shot on goal, but nothing getting to Galitsky, and the Owls defense needs to make sure they stay calm because that was a moment of terror.
And it's an Owls defense that's played pretty well as of late, allowing only 2.1 goals per game in conference, leading the ACHA. So we'll see if they can stand strong in front of Joey Galitsky. He's been a big part of that as well. Some great defense plus some good goaltending. That'll get you the wins that the Owls have been able to collect so far this year. That one into the corner now, taken by the Pioneers. Into the slot, it goes wide. Back out to the point, it's Filato. Sending one on net, it goes wide. Behind the net, trying to come up with it is Gane. He can't quite get it out. That one's flipped back in on Galitsky.
And now they're going for another change, and now they've been able to put some of the pressure on Galitsky, and Galitsky has shown the ability to stand strong, and they keep changing. Like William Paterson is, I think, trying to find just something that works on offense.
The last minute, they got their first 4 shots of the game. They might have found something as the puck rolls along the glass, or the railing holding up the glass, and now the Pioneers will come the other way with it. It's Cavalluzzo. And it's sent all the way down. It'll be icing, and the Owls will get another offensive zone draw.
Yeah, an offensive zone draw is going to be key here. Like, they need to keep the pressure up, and right now they slowed down a little bit. I think William Paterson has kind of adapted and saw what's coming. I'm interested to see what they do on this draw.
Kaiser against Thompson. Thompson wins it for the Pioneers. That one's banked along the glass out to the neutral zone. To the far side, dropping it off, it's Thompson. That one goes just wide, and now the Pioneers have it on the near side. Sending it all the way around. Sauer and Irie both going for it for Temple. Sauer now pushes it ahead across the red line, dumps it into the zone.
That was dangerous.
It's
going to be dangerous.
Spinning shot for Kaiser. He couldn't quite get it off. Here's Pilarski sending one. That one was blocked in front by Thompson.
That was going to be dangerous as soon as I saw Pilarski coming down the far side in a hurry.
It was a beautiful combination. He knocked the puck away, and now here
By
coming
himself.
back the other way. Pilarski tries to get a backhand off. Couldn't get enough of it. It was knocked away by Murphy at the last second. Pilarski trying to add to his tied for the team lead and with 5 goals.
Yeah, someone's going to break the tie. It's going to be him, but like he showed incredible speed. And then the second-hand effort to skate back down here on the fast break and try and put one in. The defensive number 6, however, really, really got in his way.
Smedley banks that one along the boards. Pushed back by Bachetsky. Rudolph comes away with it. Now met by a duo of Pioneers, and now it's Bucci without his stick trying to kick it away. And McDowell still battling for it. The stick stops it in front, and now Rudolph comes away with it. Back out to Smedley, to Rudolph. He loses control. Some sloppy play here over the last few seconds.
Bucci without his stick, I think, already deserves MVP of the game for that effort. Like, that was an incredible effort.
It's about a 20-second effort without a stick, and he still nearly came away with the puck. It's McDowell spinning with it, trying to put it into the zone, and now it's King back the other way.
Big hit by Stonefield to take it away.
Just over 6 minutes gone by here in the opening period. Shots tied at 4 apiece. Still 0-0 here at the Igloo. The Owls looking to get back in the win column after back-to-back shootout losses.
And those losses kind of prove that the Owls can hang with the best of the best, so this is going to be a close match. And then about William Paterson, a lot of their wins have come against some top D2 teams or lower D1 teams that really haven't had many big tests this season. Here's another breakaway.
Back the other way, Bachetsky puts the brakes on, absolutely loses the defender, sending one in front. Walker couldn't get a stick on it.
Yeah, Marvin.
Wow.
Marvin completely lost his footing on that one.
And that just shows how difficult it is to hang with Bachetsky this season. He's been phenomenal. So that puck skips all the way through. Moving on in is Maglio. Maglio backhander, he scores! Alex Maglio with his first goal of the season, and the Owls are out to the 1-0 lead.
It was bound to happen. There have been so many breakaways. It was just bound to happen at some point, and they finally get past this time. What an effort from Maglio. It was a big speed, but good concentration as well. Some of these other players have kind of lost the stick or lost the handle on it.
A tremendous finish on a bouncing puck. You're right, Jonathan. That was not easy. He made it look a lot easier than it was, and a huge advantage. Temple now ahead 1-0, and it looks like we've got a penalty against the Pioneers.
Looks like number 18 with an unsportsmanlike conduct, which we saw that against Pilarski earlier on this season, so not uncommon.
And now the Owls will try and take advantage. Scoring to take the lead, and now going a man up. Rudolph scored a power play goal last game. Really what this unit needed, a unit that had struggled, came into that game at only a 7% clip before Rudolph was able to score against Duquesne.
Yeah, and it's a unit that is understandably frustrated. A lot of players just need to kind of get set in this rhythm, and that was a good move by Irie, but a good stick there.
And Cavalluzzo will send it all the way down. Galitsky, a long outlet pass back for Irie at the red line. Moving on in on the far side. Looking for an outlet. Backhands one, tried to sneak it in the near side. Irie with it now. Back behind the net, trying to center one in front. McDowell tries to jam at it. Pioneers can't get a good clear. Rudolph sends one on net, deflected wide. Pilarski for Irie, back to Pilarski, he lets it go by. McDowell and Rudolph chase after it. Trying to be handled by Ploney, gets it away to Tietz, and Tietz will send that one all the way down. 45 seconds remain on the man advantage for Temple.
I think the interesting thing I'm noticing on this power play is it is a 4 forwards and 1 defender. Gane was the only defender out there for quite some time. So it's looking like they're going to try and put the pressure down low, get a lot of slashers in there.
Kaiser now drops it off for Bachetsky. Kaiser with it. Works behind the net, tries to send it into the slot. It sat there for a moment, and now it's cleared away again. Only 20 seconds remain on the power play for Temple.
Yeah, the problem now with this 2-2-1 setup with that 1 defender back, it's just Gane on these clears. And, well, if Gane's not in the area with the clear, it's all going all the way down for Galitsky to handle.
And that one is sent down again. That will wrap up the power play for the Owls. Something we've seen all too much this year, but they do have the lead. As we get back to even strength hockey. Just about halfway through this first period of play, nearly turned over, and back the other way come the Pioneers. Moving on in, and he couldn't get a shot away. It was Cavalluzzo that lost the puck.
And they got a good takeaway there, but it just wasn't meant to be. Now here comes Walker trying to take it away, and a big slide there from Thomas Boyle, able to get Walker away.
We've seen some incredible stops on dimes here tonight already, Jonathan. So some of these guys with incredible skate work.
It's like we're playing a basketball game. There's a lot of broken ankles out here. We're gonna need to make sure we're watching the hockey game and not the basketball game.
10:27 to go here in period number 1. The Owls out shooting the Pioneers 6-4, leading 1-0, courtesy of an Alex Maglio goal. We'll see if the Pioneers have any response. We know they've got a lot of offensive firepower. Now here's the Owls coming the other way.
Another fast break.
It's LeBombard trying to get it away. It was knocked off a stick on the way in. Phillips tries to control, and he had a little too much control with his hand there. We'll have a draw out in the neutral zone.
That was Dylan Kronk with a very, very good stick on the very, very fast Brandon LeBombard. And LeBombard's not afraid to get physical either, so good job by number 22.
That's what you'd have to expect to see more of from the Pioneers after Temple had a lot of opportunities in that first 10 minutes, eventually resulting in that goal from Maglio. You'd have to think they'd drop the defense back a little bit.
Yeah, they have to drop the defense back, but I think they're going to need to get a little bit physical here because a lot of these opportunities have been on fast breaks, and here comes another one.
Here's LeBombard trying to send one in front. Knocked away from Phillips right at the end. Back behind the net, taking a hit from Phillips was Murphy, and here come the Pioneers the other way.
That was Vaca that got a big hit there and then was able to get the stick out to break that play up.
Mulholland settles it behind the net where Plone controls. Tries a long outlet pass off a stick, and Stonefield will go back and recover for the Owls.
A little bit of a change here already on this first line. They have David Wilf with Pilarski, and it looks like Kaiser, so it looks like they've moved Irie a little bit, and here comes Irie now on the ice.
Here come the Pioneers, and it's offsides. That shot on Galitsky does not matter.
It matters a little bit. You can get some training in there.
Yeah, you never want to go those long gaps without seeing a shot, you know?
And it has been a little bit of a gap since the Pioneers got a shot on goal. They got 4 in a row in about a span of 2 or 3 minutes, and then all of a sudden it's kind of been dead quiet again.
It's been about 6 minutes, I think, from the last time we saw a Pioneer shot. So you know what, Jonathan, you're right. That mattered a lot. Galitsky staying warm. Joey Galitsky, we've seen him a lot in conference play. Back out to the point now. Filato tries to send one on net. Knocked away, and back the other way come the Owls.
That was blocked by his own man. I think Jinx got in the way of it.
Pilarski tried to push ahead, and now here come the Pioneers the other way. It's King moving into the slot. Can't evade Stonefield, and that one will be covered up by Galitsky.
That was good clean and physical defense there by Stonefield, making sure like he didn't have any room to maneuver that stick and that puck.
I agree. That was tremendous. He tried to do whatever he could to get around Stonefield, but without committing a penalty, just let that puck slip away from him and go right into the glove of Galitsky. 8:53 to go in the first period of play. Temple leading 1-0. Trying to end the semester with a W. Something they haven't seen in a few games now after back-to-back over shootout losses. That one drifts along the boards, and it's going to bounce out to the neutral zone, and back the other way comes Thompson. He loses control of the puck.
And it lands down skate and like bounced over him, so all the players are kind of confused on what happened there to get the puck all the way back down in Owl zone.
Into the corner, we've got an Owl down behind the net and a whistle on the play.
Wonder if the net got off its moorings, going to need to be readjusted.
And it looks like you are correct, Jonathan. The ref's fixing the net now. Nothing gets past you. Why didn't I have you earlier this season, Jonathan?
Well, I was doing all the technical stuff.
Very fortunate to have Olivia Benner and Haley Palmer on the technical side of things tonight. So that one is deflected wide. Into the corner along the boards and back the other way. Trying to get it is Maglio. You always get an extra pep in your step after you score one. That is dangerously sent all the way across. And now here is Maglio. The Owls trying to stay on sides, and they just miss out.
That was a good effort by Ringwood to stay on sides.
Yeah, Ringwood and Walker both trying to keep that one skate pinned to that blue line.
You can't tiptoe across that line for too long. We haven't had a shot goal in a while on both teams now.
We really haven't. It's been – Temple's had some chances going the other way, but they haven't gotten shots off. And it's really been the same for the Pioneers. Even when they get their chances, they're really not getting looks that get all the way to Galitsky.
No, it's getting blocked out in the front, or it's just kind of hanging out in this neutral zone, like little back and forth area right now that we're kind of in.
Now battling in the corner, looking for a pass into the slot. It drifts out near the blue line. That one sent on net and saved by Galitsky. It was Plone floating that one in, and Galitsky saw it all the way.
I mean, but this is the style, though, the Owls want to play. We want to play a slow, kind of fast break's going to dictate the game. You know, this is a team that can put a lot of shots on goal, but doesn't need to. It doesn't have that offensive firepower that some of these other teams like Villanova and Navy may be capable of. It needs to play slow. It needs to play big defensive games, and The Owls have done that well, very well in conference.
Yeah, anytime you're in first place at this point in the season, you can always say you've played your style well. That one drifts near Galitsky, handled by Smedley. He'll try and get it out of harm's way. Backhands it over to Stonefield. Rudolph lets it go between his legs, and now the Pioneers moving back the other way and an offsides as Teets tried to move into the zone.
A little bit of miscommunication on there. I think Rudolph was trying to get off the ice and just let that puck go and kind of realized, oh, well, I'm the only one here.
Little transparency, Jonathan. I can't really see the Owls bench as I'm trying to avoid jumping in front of the camera here. The camera, a very important part of this operation. No one wants to see the back of my head instead of the game.
Oh, here we go.
And here comes Kaiser moving into the slot. His shot is saved initially by Mulholland, and the rebound is whacked away into the corner.
That was a good reaction there from Murphy to get that puck away because there was Irie right behind.
Now back the other way come the Pioneers. That one drifts dangerously into the slot, and now back the other way come the Owls. It's Irie with it on the far side, drifting into the slot, tries to drop it off for Kaiser, and that was disrupted by the Pioneers.
Another man without a stick. I think it's Murphy this time.
And he's trying to kick it away. It drifts over to the boards where Irie comes up with it. Floating that one on net, looking for a deflection. Knocked away by Plone. Kaiser back there battling with him.
The Pioneers are getting a lot more physical, I think, in this latter half of the first period.
And you said it. That's what they had to do. The Owls really controlled things the first few minutes, eventually resulting in that goal. The Owls were getting to every loose puck, connecting on every pass. And now we're seeing things even out a little bit.
Yeah, things even out a little bit. I think some of these more physical lineups have been a little bit more physical for the Owls, but like the high production lineups, like, you know, Kaiser, Pilarski, Irie, like they're not going to get physical.
That one was whacked on net and saved by Galitsky. He's had a couple where it looks like the action's moving the other way, and the Pioneers are able to take the puck and just rip one on him. But he's been up to the task so far.
I think we're getting into that stage where now both teams are kind of getting sloppy in their own offensive and defensive zones.
And that one, look at the effort from the Owls. 3 guys went out to try and block that one.
Wilf almost stripped his own man up.
As it drifts into the corner, the Owls trying to get it up. And it stayed in momentarily, and now
good stick
back
by
the other
Wilf.
way comes Temple. That one's sent over the net by Phillips. It rolls all the way around where Barberini waiting for it. His pass misconnected, and now here comes Palace. Moving on the near side, sends one in front, and that one was knocked away. Kroc couldn't get a good stick on it.
Yeah, Phillips did a good job zoning him out there. And now the tough task is going to be getting it out of this zone.
Battling forward in the corner, not much movement here. A couple of Owls and a big hit moving in, and that might be a penalty against the Owls.
Yeah, looks like ref's having a conversation, at least with
Looks
David
like
Wilf.
Wilf might have gotten a little impatient there, wanted the action to start up again. Threw his body in, and it looks like he'll be the one heading to the box.
It's going to be interesting to see how the penalty kill handles this scenario, at least for the Owls. William Paterson, 22% on the season on the power play, so they're not fantastic, but they've had a team with some of the most opportunities in the ACHA.
Keep an eye on Thomas Bauer, leads the team with 8 power play goals this season. Working behind the net now, pass out to the high slot. That shot is blocked.
That was incredible of him by McDowell because he got knocked back down, able to get up and then blocked a puck. Just incredible effort.
That one sent on net by Bauer. It drifts up into the netting. He's the guy you got to watch out for, and that one doesn't hurt the Owls there.
Looks like they're trying to free him up, but they have McDowell and Smedley on his side. McDowell, very, very good forward defender, and then Smedley, obviously, you know, when you get that A on your jersey and you're an alternate captain on defense, that's an honor. You know you're good on defense.
That one sent all the way down where Mulholland will have to handle it as Pilarski came flying in. 1:23 to go on the power play. The first of the game for the Pioneers. Moving on in, looking for a shot, and they score! It was Adam Marvin. You talked about it, Jonathan, the leading scorer for this Pioneers team, and we're all tied up at 1.
Yeah, I think McDowell got a little bit out of position right there, unable to really do much in that scenario, and then it was just one lone Pioneer with 2 Owls and a goalie, and unfortunately Marvin able to put it in right there, and now we have a tie game again.
Adam Marvin, his team leading 17th goal of the season. He's put this team on his back time and time again, and he knots things up here at the Igloo with about 4.5 to go in the first period.
And that's going to be a big momentum shift, I think. The Owls are going to need to generate some offense or get a big stop right there. Because now the Pioneers can smell blood.
Yeah, going in to this first intermission, it's going to be important to see which team is able to handle this final 4 minutes the best as Golitsky snags that one out of the air. Well, we're all tied up at 1 here at the Igloo. Maglio scoring for the Owls and Marvin with the response for the Pioneers. The Owls, one of their best seasons in recent memory, 16 points already in conference play, has them in first place, ties their best Division I point total, and they still have 5 more games after this one in conference.
A little bit of confusion trying to get out of the zone there.
The Owls trying to handle things, slow things down. The Pioneers, as you mentioned, Jonathan, they can feel the energy shift and are trying to take advantage now. Long outlet pass, and Walker chases after it in the corner. Walker tries to spin away from the hit. That one shipped back. Maglio, the first one there, gets it to Barberini, who sends it back in.
Yeah,
Walker again outworks someone for the puck. No one in the slot for him to pass to. Now it comes out to Sauer. His shot attempt is deflected. Ringwood flips it back behind the net. Ooh. That one is shot on goal. It's saved by Mulholland.
If Walker wasn't having a confrontation with someone, Walker may have had a chance to tip that one in.
And it's sent all the way down. It's an icing, so the Owls will be right back on this near side of the ice with just over 3 minutes to go in the first period.
It was Walker and Thompson were getting into it underneath the net, and there was a little bit of words. 81 is expressing his annoyance, displeasure, if you will.
It'll be Rudolph on the draw for Temple as Bucheski now pokes it back behind the net. Back the other way come the Pioneers. And a nice play by Sauer, pushing a man off the puck. It looks like it'll be an offsides against William Paterson.
It's put on the absolute Jets. They got a draw that comes in their own offensive zone. The puck goes back behind the net, and then they quickly get to the other end. That was a good transition there from the Pioneers. Unfortunately, it was offsides.
They play with a lot of speed, multiple guys with 7 or more goals. The Owls, we know their 3 leading scorers are all at 5. So we know the Pioneers can get it done from many different guys as Golitsky pokes that one over to Sauer, and he'll try and take it back the other way. Sauer through the zone, gets it to Bucheski. He'll poke that one on Mulholland. He'll try and handle it initially, and then he hops on top of it with the left glove.
I think Bucheski was looking for someone streaking on the right side to come and help him. I think he was trying, for Rudolph maybe. Someone to come down and at least get a nice little assist there, but now going to have another offensive zone draw.
McDowell on the draw, now the other way come the Pioneers. Pushing it ahead was Murphy. On the far side, it's Lastra sending one out where Golitsky is there to take that one in. 2.5 to go here in the first period of play.
Now it's a very back and forth, quick one and dones, quick one shot, one opportunity on goal moments. No one's been able to get really set in their offense or defense for that matter.
Draw to the left of Golitsky. Back out to the point and kept in by Plone. Into the corner now, a couple of Pioneers battling for it. Back out to the point. Into the near side, that shot just misses. Rudolph trying to chase after it. Stonefield now battling with a man as the centering attempt is taken away by Temple. McDowell tries to float that one in, but Bucheski now chasing after it. Rudolph fakes a big swing at it, and now the other way come the Pioneers.
That's a miskey by Rudolph that Pauline happily capitalized on and get that puck out of their zone.
Rudolph pushing with Lastra, trying to take the puck away from him. Great effort here from Bucheski, and Phillips comes to join him. Rudolph tried to send one into the slot, And now back the other way comes Plone. Tried to send it ahead for Lastra. He can't handle. Now it's Rudolph on the far boards. Trying to dart up that far side. Does the same move to a couple of guys. He's got an opportunity. It's Rudolph. His shot is saved by the pad of Mulholland.
It was too hot to handle for Phillips, unfortunately, to get that rebound.
It came flying off that left pad of Mulholland, and now with just over a minute to go, still tied at 1. Boyle trying to calm things down here for the Pioneers. Chasing after it now is Lansdowne. Can the Owls get another rush back the other way? Instead, they turn it over in the slot initially. And now here comes Phillips. 40 seconds in the period. That one is sent on net just wide.
Yeah, Wilf was looking for it. He was signaling to Phillips, I want it back my way center, and just that pass, a little too much heat on it.
Half a minute to go in the first period. The Pioneers trying another outlet pass, and that one is missed. It was Bauer trying to get a handle on it.
Here comes Pilarski.
Pilarski
stood up by Marvin.
Can't get through Marvin, and now a long outlet pass, a big play by Barberini to at least slow it down. Back the other way, the pass nearly got in front. It drifts off the side of the cage and behind the net. A prime opportunity if the Pioneers could have connected on that pass. And instead, time will run out. An even first period of play, 10 shots apiece and 1 goal apiece for each side. The Owls and the Pioneers tied up at 1 as we head to our first break of the night. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the second period of play on the TU Ice Network. Hello and welcome back to the Igloo for the second period between the Temple Owls and the William Paterson Pioneers. It was a deadlocked first period, each team getting 10 shots, each team getting on the board with 1 goal. And we are underway here for the second 20 minutes of this matchup, and we've got a quick whistle.
We are underway and we are stopped.
Just 5 seconds in.
It must have been an offsides call on William, or deflection? Something that gets an offensive draw for them.
Yeah, not quite sure. Jonathan, we saw a very even first period. Each team a goal, each team 10 shots. What do you think is going to be a difference maker here in the second period of play?
Difference maker is who's going to bring the energy for a lot of these quick breaks. You saw the energy right here from William Paterson. They're quickly trying to get this puck past Golitsky. But whoever has the energy and whoever shows the flashes of speed, I think those are key in both of those goals.
Here's Walker with a flash of speed. That one's knocked up into the netting. The Owls trying to go from right to left very quickly there. It was Ringwood that floated it all the way down, and Walker made a great effort to get to the puck first.
And obviously when you come right out of an intermission after you've been playing for a little bit, you get that kind of like second win. You get that energy, you get that adrenaline. So good from Walker to show it. And he's shown brilliant offensive performances this season. There was a couple games where he was leading in the most shots taken.
Now it's about getting those shots in the back of the net. That one dropped off, fired just wide by Sauer. May have been looking for a deflection. That puck drifts back behind the net where Boyle will go to get it. Boyle now loses it. Ringwood gets it to Walker, back out to Barberini. He'll send one, try to get it through some traffic, and back the other way come the Pioneers. Moving on in, making the move, and Golitsky knocked it away.
Cavalluzzo had every opportunity to put that up and over Golitsky, and Golitsky played that perfectly.
Oh, Golitsky, a great job, and here's Cavalluzzo now trying to take out his anger on Sauer. Kind of fell to the ice in the process. That one banked along the boards, and now it'll go all the way down.
Thomas Boyle almost took out one of their goalie cameras they've had set up over here.
That one flipped into the corner. Barberini will bank that one back the other way, but it's handled nicely, and Cavalluzzo pushes it over to Bauer. Cavalluzzo working with it. Sent to the ice by Sauer, but it's taken in by the Pioneers. Back out to the point and over the stick of Boyle. Trying to control it. And now the Owls will take possession as the Pioneers get some fresh skates on the ice.
Now Cavalluzzo's going to have to remember the name Noah and Sauer. Those two were going at it for quite some time.
Ringwood fired that one, and that one was saved by Mulholland.
This might be an icing call. No, they wave it off.
They wave off the icing, and now the Owls working behind their own net. Here's Irie. Tries to send one ahead. That one is knocked away by Marvin. Marvin again knocks it down. The Owls trying to gain possession. It's Irie sending it back, trying to calm things down. And it's nearly turned over dangerously. Stonefield got enough of a stick on it.
I think Kaiser might have accidentally took out Polarski after Lastra hit Polarski.
Again, looking for a long outlet. This time Polarski knocks it down. Kaiser back the other way. His shot is saved. Knocked away. Rebound in front. Oh, and it's saved by Mulholland. Spinning shot. Blocked down. Rebound is blocked again. Some big opportunities. We've got a delayed penalty on the ice as well. Here come the Pioneers in the slot, and they score!
It's Marvin's second.
For the second time tonight, it's Adam Marvin. His 18th goal on the year. The Pioneers score on the delayed call. It's now 2-1, William Paterson.
There was just so much left on the ice by the Owls on the other side. There was just not enough energy, not enough men to get back and just properly defend that. And then we had 2 or 3 Owls below the net. We had 1 Pioneer down, and unfortunately, it results in a Marvin goal.
That's about as big of a flip in momentum as you can get. The Owls get multiple rips against Mulholland, and now it looks like we've got a penalty against the Owls that will be assessed after the goal. Sort of how we saw Temple score and then a penalty against the Pioneers. That's what we'll see right here. It looks like it's Michael Irie going to the box.
I'm wondering if like the delayed call didn't like mitigate the goal, or didn't, or that goal didn't mitigate the delayed call, which I think is a very
That's
weird
interesting.
decision.
That's not usually something you see.
There clearly was a discussion. You had Gannett and you had Barberini and Irie having a talk with the officials. And I think they're just as confused as the rest of us.
So now the Owls are going to have to lock in, now trailing 2-1, and now a man down for the next 2 minutes. Can't let this one slip away just at the beginning of this second period. Adam Marvin with both goals on the night for the Pioneers. Came in as the leading goal scorer, and he has kept up that trend. Moving on, and here's Marvin again. Backhander, and Galitsky got enough of it. Trying to get a hat trick by period number 2.
Yeah, he was
moving into the circle, back behind the net. Back out to the point, tries to swing it over for Tietz. Out of his reach, he'll go and retrieve it in the corner. Now it's Bauer behind the net, looking for an outlet. Bauer hounded by Lansdowne, now by Gannett. Bauer back out to Boyle, and his shot is blocked by Rudolph. Back the other way comes McDowell, tried to get it ahead to Rudolph, and his pass was knocked down by Boyle.
Just the passing early for the Owls has been a little bit rough, like nothing's really fallen tape to tape for him.
Halfway through this power play for the Pioneers. Into the slot now, cross side, back into the slot. Went by everyone to the opposite boards. Back out to Boyle. To Marvin, his shot didn't get all the way there. He gets it back in the slot. His shot is deflected just wide.
Tietz was waiting for it. He had an opening and just couldn't capitalize.
Right on the doorstep, he couldn't put it home. Now it's Lastra, working to the near circle. 35 seconds on the power play. That shot is saved by Galitsky. Gets back to Lastra. His backhander is saved initially. The Owls trying to get it out. Kept in by Boyle to Marvin. In the far circle, 20 seconds. It's Boyle sending one. Might have got blocked before it got there. Marvin behind the net where it's Bauer. Back to Marvin. Boyle in the high slot. Sends one through traffic. Saved by Galitsky again. 8 seconds to go on the man advantage for Temple, or for the Pioneers. In the far circle. Trying to send one in front out to the high slot. Boyle gets a rip at it, blocked in front. Gannett falls on top of it, tries to wipe it away. And we will be back to even strength hockey.
And Gannett is going to be the unsung hero of that power play because he took a lot of blocks and then even punched the puck at one point away from Galitsky. But we're only 5 minutes in, and the Pioneers already have 7 shots in the period.
The Owls did survive that Pioneer power play to keep the deficit at just 1. With just about 5 minutes gone by here in the second period. Kaiser on the draw, drifts into the slot. Now the Owls will try and take it the other way, and another pass off a skate that the Owls can't connect on, and that one knocked down by Irie, but it'll go all the way down the ice for an icing.
Yeah, that seems to be the main issue right now, just not able to get some of these tape-to-tape passes this period as they were in that first 10 minutes of the first.
And we've seen it result in opportunities for the Pioneers. You mentioned it, already 7 shots just 5 minutes into this period. That is not a trend the Owls can keep up if they want to get back into this game, as that pass never really looked like it had a chance. And it looked like Murphy went down, almost got Irie with a stick to the face. And now the Pioneers will try and control in the offensive zone.
Yeah, Murphy went down, I think a stick to the face, and Cavaluso was looking for a tripping call.
Spinning shot, and they score! Wow, a spinning shot. Galitsky was standing straight up. It goes right by him into the back of the net. William Paterson, a huge insurance goal. It's now 2-0. It was Nicholas King for the first time this season.
That breaks a pointless streak by Nicholas King. He's played 16 games now, hasn't got an assist nor a goal.
And what a wacky way to do it. Just spinning and sending it on net. You know that's one Galitsky will want back.
That's when the Owls want back desperately. They killed that power play. The momentum was starting to kill a little bit of that Pioneer momentum, and all of a sudden, Pioneers, they're going to get aggressive again.
Well, we saw the Owls get a lot of fast break opportunities early in the first period. They've got to get back to those. I mean, that was their best opportunity on the offensive end, and now an outlet pass again out of the reach from Buchetsky intended for Barberini. It'll be another icing against Temple. The Pioneers now up to 9 shots here in the second period.
Yeah, it's just the tape-to-tape passing. I think they want to break out and they want to get these quick rushes, but when these passes get broken up in the neutral zone and then there's a little bit of chaos in that neutral zone, it really disrupts the flow of the offense and at least the flow of a lot of these players.
Walker wins it back to Golitsky. He'll try and push it away. It's taken behind the net by the Pioneers. Sent up to the high slot, sent on net, and it was deflected away. Flipping it back, it's Bucci behind the net, hit by Barberini. Sending that one, deflected in front. Golitsky pokes it back behind the net.
There's going to need to be a defensive change here. There needs to be a bigger forward or a big defender down there, getting some of these forwards away from Golitsky.
Deflected through the blue paint and just wide. Golitsky still on his back. Now he gets back to his feet. That shot, and he's hugging the post. He's got the puck. And a little extracurricular activity after the play, but Golitsky didn't quite know where it was, but his positioning was solid, and he keeps that one out.
Yeah, someone lost their stick into the net. I believe that was Sauer, and then Maglio didn't like what someone said.
And Golitsky talking with Bucci as Bucci heads back to the Pioneer bench.
12 shots now in the period. They've already surpassed the shots they've had in the first period, and they're about to surpass the shots the Owls have in the game just in this period.
And this is the Pioneer offense. You expected to see another spinning shot. Golitsky ready for that one into the slot. That shot is just wide. Rebound attempt saved by Golitsky. Rebound bounces to the corner. Phillips couldn't handle it for the Owls. Now a pair of Pioneers fighting forward in the corner. Lansdowne or LeBombard trying to make a play on it. Now it's over to the far boards.
Yeah,
just under the stick of Boyle, and now the Pioneers will have to go back onside as they go offside.
Yeah, a little bit of a aggressive, physical lineup now on the ice. You have Lansdowne and Gannett, you had LeBombard, and you had Wilf. Those guys are going to be good defensively and to really try and break up this Paterson momentum and just get Golitsky a break.
Yeah, things have really flipped here just 7 minutes into the second period. These teams were even on the scoreboard and in the shots department, 10 shots apiece. As you mentioned it, the Owls being outshot 13-3. Just 7 minutes into this period. There's another one that's sent just wide, and Gannett will try and corral it. Moving ahead, it's up to Irie off of his stick, couldn't control, tries to kick it ahead. He'll spin with it, and now Pilarski will move on in. On the far side, sending one from a tough angle. That's snagged out of the air by Mulholland, making that save look easy.
It's the first time we really see any offense, I think, really, this since that third goal.
And it's something the Owls desperately need to do now, getting an offensive zone draw. We'll see if they can take advantage of the positioning. They win the draw. Back to Stonefield. He'll send one through traffic, deflected wide. Trying to spin one back on net. Kaiser now fighting forward in the corner. Near the Temple bench at the left point.
Irie, good keep there, being able to keep it in, and Kaiser comes away with it.
Spins away with it, back behind the net, tried to drop it off, and now the Pioneers will take it back the other way. Looking for that long outlet again. It goes just by Golitsky. No icing called, so Golitsky quick to react and try and spin that one away.
A little bit of an interesting one on that one because they've called icing on the other side for that before.
And it looked like a referee was ready to signal it, and then Golitsky had to go get it because nothing was called.
I think the other line judge said no. A little bit of disagreement there.
Kaiser pushes it over for Stonefield. Temple trying to connect here and move the other way. Stonefield loses the puck, and that one will be backhanded back to the Temple defensive zone where Smedley will hold on.
Oh, the calmest, at least the defensive zone for the Owls has been for a little bit.
Stonefield with a man on his back, gets it up to Pilarski, trying to keep it on his stick, pokes it just beyond the blue line, trying to move through, and now it's Rudolph. Rudolph maneuvering on in, and it goes behind the net. Rudolph spinning with it. Trying to get it back out to the point. It's Stonefield winding, firing, and that one goes wide.
Looks like it was off a skate right there. Saw the skate of Murphy.
Trying to knock it away, and here comes Bauer back the other way, moving against Barberini. His shot, and he scores! Oh, a nasty move from Bauer. Beats Golitsky, and now the lead is at 3. It's the Pioneers 4 and the Owls 1. A dazzling effort from Bauer against Barberini. And a pretty shot to finish it off.
Yeah, Barberini I think he did all he could.
He was there. He was in position.
In position, just outskated on that one, and that's That is not how you wanted to go into this midway period right here.
No, and it looks like the Owls have called timeout here, trying to settle anything down as the Pioneer bench is erupting with energy as they have now scored 3 unanswered goals, 4 unanswered on the game, 3 in this period.
And they've got 14 shots in the period to the Owls, 15 in the game. It's a lot of offense. They've came out with a lot of offense, a lot of physicality, a lot of speed. And the Owls just have not been able to get any tape-to-tape passes, any good offensive sets that aren't any of these fast breaks.
And it's taken some very pretty finishes from the Pioneers, including a play where Galitsky wasn't ready. It's been an interesting display here in the second period, certainly one the Owls want to forget quickly. And I think in this final 11 minutes, for the Owls to sort of hang around, they've got to get at least one back. I mean, it'd be tough to go into the second intermission giving up 4 straight goals, 3 in the period with almost no momentum. They've got to get something back on their side.
I mean, and this is also kind of the game that we expected. We expected a high-powered offensive game. If you got 4 forwards averaging a point a game on this Pioneers team, eventually it's going to be inevitable.
And after the Owls held them to just 10 shots in the first period, the Pioneers have really unlocked their offense here in period number 2. 14 shots resulting in 3 goals in the first 9 minutes of period number 2. Back the other way, backhander goes just wide. It was Lasher on the attempt. Rudolph trying to push it ahead. Sauer tries to bank it in, and it's sent back behind the net. Moran now over to get it.
Yeah, it looks like a few line adjustments here. They got Sauer and Moran together with Buchetsky and McDowell.
Galitsky back behind the net to get it. Handled by Moran. Met by a couple of Pioneers, is able to get it away, where McDowell will try and get it out, and it's stuck back in the zone where Sauer now will get the attempt to get it to the red line. Moving back in is Boyle, sends one into the slot, dropping it off, spinning shot is saved by Galitsky. Into the corner now. The Owls desperate to get it out of the zone, and they finally do, but they still haven't gotten it beyond the red line.
Yeah, the other problem is these long changes. You know, obviously you flip sides in the second period. Well, your bench is all the way on the other side. It's tough to get these tired players off the ice.
That's a great point. The Owls back in their defensive zone for the last few minutes, and now it's Wilf back the other way as the Owls do get some fresh legs out there. Up against the far boards, and that one will be flipped into the neutral zone. Gane quick to get rid of it. Pioneers were streaking back the other way. Backhanding that one in is Bauer. Chasing after it is Cabaluzzo. Bauer behind the net, lands down all over him. Back out, that shot deflected on its way in. Gane is able to kick it away from Galitsky.
Yeah, Gane has been one of the probably unsung hero of the Owls right now. He's been keeping that puck away from Galitsky, and when he's been on the ice, it is a lot more calm, and that's a tripping penalty for sure.
Amanda's tripped up. We've got a penalty on the play, and the Owls will get the man advantage. They're 0 for 1 on the power play tonight, but it is a desperately needed power play. Now trailing by 3 goals, 9 minutes to go here in period number 2.
Yeah, desperately needed a power play, and it desperately needed to just kind of break in this offensive action. Get Galitsky a breather, get some of these offensive weapons a little fired up, a little heated up, and try and claw out of this hole.
The Owls will have 2 minutes for a power play that's scored less than 10% of the time it's been out on the ice. They need it now more than ever. The Pioneers take the draw back behind and send it all the way down beyond the stick of Gane, and the Owls will have to retreat just 10 seconds into the man advantage.
I think this is good, though. They can get back, touch up.
Gane down the middle, tries an outlet for Walker, and now it'll be taken by Mulholland. He can't clear it out.
Good keep there by Rudolph.
Here's Rudolph. On to Walker, trying to center one in front. It's Rudolph winding, firing, and scoring! For the second straight game, it's Mason Rudolph. Julian Rudolph with his second straight goal, his second straight power play goal in as many games. It's now a 4-2 game.
That was There was a lot of commotion out in front of the net, and I think that helped really capitalize for the Owls and get another shot on that goal. Because there was already 2 shots on that goal in that power play.
And the Owls, a much-needed goal. I also apologize for the Mason Rudolph reference, the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback. This is Julian Rudolph, his 6th goal, now the team leader on the season. Back behind the net, we'll see if the Owls can build on this momentum. Here's Sauer. Back the other way, Sauer into the slot, can't quite control it. Pioneers try to go back the other way, a man slips to the ice.
Yeah, now they know they can hang with them. But this is just a momentum thing and a big push in the back, and that is a penalty for sure.
And it looks like another penalty. Couldn't quite see it from up here, Jonathan.
Walker got pushed down to the ground, I believe, by number 14 by Cavaluzzo. No, Cavaluzzo was on the bench. Huh. Number 9. Number 9 of Polheim was the perpetrator.
You're right, Braden Plone will go to the box. And the Owls will get a man advantage for the 2nd time this period. We just saw Julian Rudolph make the most of it. And this is how the last one started, a clear off the faceoff, and you said it was actually good for them.
It was good. It got them set up. It got their energy good. And, look, you have Kaiser and Rudolph, who are slashers, but can also put in a shot. And you have Prucheski back here. You're running 4 forwards. So you need them to build speed and get energy. You can't start from a standing still.
Kaiser behind the net. Buchetzky chasing after it. Back out to the point, it's Gane.
Good keep by Gane there.
Here's Kaiser spinning and firing one. That one's blocked wide. Buchetzky with it. Back to Kaiser. 1:20 to go on the power play. Trying to send one in front, and it's swallowed up by Mulholland. 1:15 to go on the man advantage. The Owls 1 for 2 on the power play today, just scoring 1 courtesy of Julian Rudolph.
And now a good time to kind of redrop your game plan, get some fresh guys out there, and maybe try and go again with a different unit. This is the 2nd unit now on the ice. Got Polarski, got Wilf. Unable to win the faceoff, unfortunately.
Just over a minute to go now on the power play. It's Stonefield chasing after it. He loses control, and that one will be sent where it's picked up by Cavaluzzo, and he'll work his way into the zone before losing control. The Owls, miscommunication, a referee hits the ice. Everything's going crazy here at the Igloo.
Oh, we've seen some quick stops. We've seen people falling over. It's not often you see the referees having a little bit of a traction issue.
Here's Stonefield, especially with no players around that referee. Lands down for Stonefield. Trying to send one. That one was blocked before it got there. 30 seconds to go on the power play.
You might need to bring that first unit back out here for sure.
And now here comes Thompson on the near side. His shot is swallowed up by Galitsky. Keeping this one at 2. The Owls can't afford to give up anything else at this point in the game. 21 seconds remain on the man advantage. The penalty against Plone. Poking that one ahead out of the reach of Irie. That shot from the blue line saved by Galitsky. And trying to keep his team's power play unit alive, drops it off, and with 8 seconds left, Lansdowne will try and push it ahead one more time. Irie moving through the middle. We're back to even strength hockey as Irie gets stripped up, and back the other way come the Pioneers.
Yeah, nothing called on that collision, but that was a scary collision for both of them.
And that shot is just wide off the stick of Bucci. Under 6 minutes to go here in the 2nd period. As that one drifts all the way down, it'll be icing, and the Owls will go right back on the offensive here with 5:44 to go.
I think if they can get a good draw here, maybe you can sneak one by really quick, or at least keep it in their zone. I think when the Owls get some commotion out in front and keep it in the zone, that's trouble for William Paterson.
Just looking to get more shots on Cole Mulholland. Coming into this one, a 6-2 record on the year, allowing around 3 goals per game. So he's susceptible to that 3rd one. Now battling behind the net. There's a stick loose on the side. It looks like it's Mulholland's. He picks it back up.
There's a stick loose. There was a puck that bounced off the iron, the glass, and then back onto the ice.
Drifting to the corner, chasing after it was LeBombard. It'll be pushed ahead where Tietz will come up with it. That pass turned over, stolen by Maglio. Now Barberini holding, flips it over for Sauer. Tries a long outlet for LeBombard. He couldn't quite handle the bouncing puck. Now the Pioneers will try and get it out. They do into the neutral zone.
Yeah, Barberini this time standing strong.
Sauer slams that one along the boards. It wraps all the way back around where the Pioneers waiting for it. Here's Barberini, under 5 minutes to go in the second period. The Owls trailing now by 2. Trying to have some momentum going into that second intermission. That one is sent on net where Galitsky pokes it aside. Sauer floats it ahead for Rudolph. The Owls 2-on-2 the other way.
Yeah, they got Rudolph and Bachetsky. This
Rudolph
could be a dangerous
slot,
combo.
fires one, save by Mulholland. Rudolph in front, back into the corner now. Back out to the far point. That shot is snagged out of the air by Cole Mulholland.
It was a good opening for Smedley to rip one past and a good time to get a much-needed face-off.
The Owls now up to 10 shots in the period. The Pioneers have totaled 18 in the period, 28 shots on the night. A strong showing here in period number 2 from the Pioneers. The Owls trying to slow down the blow and back the other way. Moving into the zone, and Stonefield, a nice job to knock it away from Palace. Smedley now back to Stonefield. Moving ahead, it's Rudolph. Now the Owls starting to connect on their passes. It's Bachetsky moving in on net, tries to send one in the slot, not able to get a stick on it. Out to Stonefield, winds, fires one, saved by Mulholland.
Right in the chest, and there was a lot of commotion out in front that's needed to get by Muhammad right now, but there's not enough. I don't think not enough vision. For Stonefield to tell where that puck was going to go. He just ripped it.
And sometimes that's what you got to do. You got to get some shots.
You just got to shoot your shot. You know?
Yeah, and hope for the best. But this is what you like to see from Temple. They're finally being the assertive team, the team that's getting shots on goal, as there's a spinning attempt blocked from Kaiser. But we've seen the Pioneers, they love to transition the other way.
The biggest struggle right now for the offense is that they've gotten going, they're getting some shots. They just need to win these offensive draws. Third one in a row where the Pioneers have won it and come all the way back down the ice.
Cavalluzzo spinning with it, gets it back out to Boyle. His shot through traffic blocked by Lansdowne. Gannett and Galitsky combined to poke that one away. It drifts up into the netting and out of play.
Good catch there by cameraman over there.
And now that you mentioned it earlier, Jonathan, but there are cameras all around the glass for the Pioneers, really spanning the whole side of the rink.
And the Pioneers have a good amount of fans out here as well.
Yeah, they're going to get some good replays for those fans from all these angles. Here's Moran now, pushed up against the boards, and now it flies all the way over. Pilarski tried to wait for it. Now he has to go get it. Sends it up for Lansdowne, shrieking down the far side. Reaching the red line and sending it in. Mulholland is back to get it. And the Owls keep it in. It goes just beyond that blue line. The Owls touch up. It's Kaiser trying to spin it back in. Now it's Irie, the one sending it in. A bit of a collision there at the point.
Yeah, Boyle and Irie had a little bit of a conversation. Big hit right there as well.
2:35 to go, and that'll want to be backhanded in. And the Pioneers will get some fresh skates out there as the Owls try and move back the other way. Here is Barberini. Sending one in, that'll be scooped up and taken by Mulholland.
It was a big opening behind Mulholland if Barberini had an opening to get it to Irie. I think that was the goal, try and get a rebound and get it to Irie. But now it's another offensive zone draw, and they need to win this one or at least keep it in there and get something going.
2:22 to go here in the second period. The Pioneers have put 3 on the board in this period. The Owls have responded with the most recent, cutting the lead back to 2. Ringwood behind the net, tries to center one in front. It drifts into the slot over to the circle, and that one's off the skate of Barberini and back where the Owls will have to go retrieve it. It's Sauer.
Well, thankfully, the Pioneers were very far down the defensive zone. And icing waved off there. I think someone touched it going into the zone. Pioneers not happy about it.
It was Ringwood the first one to the puck for Temple. Maglio tries to spin it back in, but there's only Pioneers there. And that one will be sent all the way down. Golitsky wants icing. It's called off. That one poked in front of him, and he sticks it away. And now a turnover in the defensive zone. It's Marvin with the theft, and now Sauer trying to get it out the other way. It's Marvin again applying some pressure before Michael Walker able to take it away.
Some of these Owls are just tired. Barbarini's been out there for about 2 or 3 minutes, and thankfully offsides on that one. Good move there.
Into the zone, it's Maglio. On the far side, sends one on net, save by Mulholland. It drifts into the circle. Back behind the net now. Back out to Stonefield, pushes one on net, blocked before it got all the way there. Walker trying to get a look at it. His stick was held away, and now here come the Pioneers the other way. Under a minute to go in the second period.
Yeah, at least they come off for a change, so this might be a final push, at least for Temple.
Smedley, a long outlet for Ringwood. Looking ahead, finds Rudolph. Rudolph from the slot. His shot is saved with the left pad of Mulholland. Back the other way, the Pioneers moving all the way in. That shot is saved by Golitsky. A huge save on King to keep it at a 2-goal game.
And good play there from Smedley to get that puck, that rebounding, bouncing puck away from Golitsky.
Rudolph ahead, fires one. That one's deflected wide. 17 seconds to go in the period. Winding, firing, knocked out of the air by Mulholland's glove. He wasn't able to snare it. The Pioneers with 7 seconds trying to move the other way.
Rudolph's 6th shot, I think, of the game.
Icing waved off. Pachetsky gets it out of harm's way, and that will do it for the second period of play. A second period that saw the Pioneers pour in 19 shots, 3 of them going for goals. Julian Rudolph responds, getting the Owls on the board, but Temple trails 4-2 as we wrap up our first 40 minutes of play. Don't go anywhere. We're heading to the second intermission. We'll be right back with the third and final period right after this. Hello and welcome back to the Igloo for the third and final period of play between the Temple Owls and the William Paterson Pioneers. The last game of the semester for Temple. Looking to finish it off with a comeback. The Owls winless in their last two, dropping them in shootouts. William Paterson looking to get back on a winning streak. They haven't had a two-game winning streak since late October. Here are the Owls after giving up 4 straight goals. Julian Rudolph responded to cut the deficit to 2. We'll see if the Owls can come out with some energy here in the third period.
And they're going to really, really need a lot of energy, and I think, in this period, because William Paterson came out in that second period flying.
And it showed on the scoreboard. They scored goals early. They put up a bunch of shots on Galitsky right at the outset, and the Owls were sort of caught off guard.
They were averaging almost a shot a minute, and they put up more shots in the first 7 minutes of that second period than the Owls did, and they did, at least in that entire first period. They almost put up more shots in the second period than both of them combined in the first.
That one passed through the slot. No one was home, and now back the other way comes Temple. Pilarski unable to control. He was met by a couple of guys, and now it flies high into the air. It drops where Boyle will whack it out of harm's way. Out of the reach of Kaiser, and now he's got to go back. I don't think they noticed Pilarski was still in the zone.
Yeah, Irie and Kaiser were both looking at each other very confused.
Boyle loses control. That one's backhanded in by Plone. On the near side now. Kaiser trying to move through the middle, loses the puck for a moment. Now he'll backhand it in, and it'll be sent right back out.
I think he was anticipating that puck to go a lot farther than it did. And unfortunately, that one goes right through 2 Owls. And Temple's doing a good job here being aggressive, and with the passing at least, it's improved from the start of the second period, but they just can't get underneath that blue line.
That one floated back in just out of the reach, and now the Owls will control it. Smedley. Kaiser, outlets to Irie on the far side. Here's Irie trying to send one on net. That was blocked by a skate on the way there. LeBombard tried to block it to keep it in. And now back the other way. Here come the Pioneers. It's Cavalluzzo. Stopping on a dime and backhanding it behind the net into the corner. Kane now Lansdowne will take over for Temple.
Yeah, Plone did a good job there keeping it in, taking time off the clock, and then he did a good job on the other end, stopping a streak in Irie from going to the right to the net.
Few minutes gone by, still without a shot here in the second period for either side. Gane reaches the red line, sends it all the way in. Mulholland out to get it. Mulholland just gets it by LeBombard. Now they'll try and spin it ahead. It's taken by Barberini and pushing it back into the zone.
Yeah, Barberini had to stutter a little bit, had to avoid the referee before launching it back in.
That one just out of the reach of Phillips as he tried to keep that one in. Now he'll push it along the near side. Backhands it in front. It was nearly kicked in by Filato. And now Bachetsky with it. Back behind the net. Trying to push it ahead. A little scrum at center ice. And nearly coming away with it was McDowell. And now it's the Pioneers back. Sending that one on net, saved by Galitsky.
Yeah, first shot of the period, only 4 minutes in.
Rudolph drops that one behind his back and sends it in. Chasing after it, McDowell.
Big hit by Filato on McDowell.
Barberini controls, finds Sauer and trying to move it back in. It's off the skate of Rudolph. Chasing after it again is McDowell. Tries to return the favor there. Couldn't quite get the contact he intended on the hit. That one pickpocketed by Rudolph. A nice play as he wraps that one all the way around the glass.
Does it seem like the Owls are getting either set into an offense or just have the confidence to start shooting it right now? Because they've been able to get this puck in this zone. Just can't get one down here.
Here's Rudolph in the slot. He'll shoot it. Saved by Mulholland. Rebound sits in front of him. And it'll be taken away by Voca. Now a whistle on the play. Well, right on cue, Jonathan. Rudolph rips a shot from the slot. And Mulholland able to get his arm out there.
Yeah, there was a bunch of commotion out in front, and the 18 took someone down to the ice with him. And that, unfortunately, you can't do. You cannot do any sort of body slams in hockey, those are frowned upon.
And the Owls will go on the power play. We saw when they needed momentum in the second period, it was Julian Rudolph with the power play goal. That one sent all the way across. The shot is saved by Mulholland. What a pass from Polarski.
What a pass, and what a way to communicate, too. Like, it was just one little stick tap. Irie said, I'm open, I got it. And unfortunately,
and he just sent it through a trio of defenders where Irie got a good look at it.
I don't even think the defenders realized that pass was coming through.
Stonefield on net save by Mulholland. The Owls starting to get shots on goal here. Just 8 seconds into this power play.
Well, now that they've changed back to their traditional 3-2, 2 defensemen and 3 forwards, I think just to try and keep the puck in the zone, because that's what they're really struggling with on the last power play.
Trying to get that one out. It's kept in. Here's Irie backhanding it in. Polarski will chase after it. Wilf there as well, and that one will split Stonefield and Lansdowne and head all the way back where Galitsky will slow it down.
I think Lansdowne was expected to be along the boards, and unfortunately it was just straight through the middle.
Under 90 seconds to go on the man advantage. Pushing it through is Irie all the way to the far side. Sends it around for Stonefield.
Interesting change here, too, because normally they would have Kaiser on this line with
Polarski. Centers it in front. No one was there in the slot, and it drifts all the way out to the neutral zone.
Yeah. Normally they would have Kaiser out here, but instead they changed him out for David Wilf, and now Kaiser comes out with Buchetsky, and it looks like Rudolph. So major changes for this power play group.
Some new units for Pat Carroll's power play group. Here is Stonefield centering one for Buchetsky. His shot is saved initially. The rebound swatted away.
I think someone was trying to come off the ice, and unfortunately Gane is able to get there and save a little bit of time, so Galitsky doesn't have to go down and chase it.
Buchetsky pushes for Kaiser. That clear attempt is blocked initially, kicked around in the slot, and it'll go off the glove of Rudolph and just beyond the blue line. 30 seconds to go on the power play for Temple. Back behind the net, it's floated up. This time Rudolph keeps it. He throws it between his own legs to keep it in. Now Buchetsky comes up with it. Spinning with it behind the net. Flips it back for Rudolph. 12 seconds on the power play. Rudolph tries to flip it on net. It's blocked by Tietz. Rudolph chasing after it. Gane keeps it in. 3 seconds. That shot is saved by Mulholland. We're back to even strength hockey. Gane with the puck at the point.
Yeah, the Owls are going to need a change here because they have 4 forwards again on the ice. They switch back to the 4 forwards, 1 defender.
That pass shot saved by Galitsky. Rebound. It bounces. I couldn't tell if it bounced in, and they're going to count it. A rebound off the save extends the lead back to 3. A huge goal as we got back to even strength. It looked like it was Lastra possibly kicking it in, hitting it in, but nonetheless, it's now 5-2 Pioneers.
Yeah, I think I mentioned it and poorly timed, unfortunately. They had 4 forwards on the ice, and 2 of them were just completely outskated all the way behind.
Yeah, and it looked like Rudolph was the only man back, and that's not usually his positioning, and he got beat on the 2-on-1 after the initial save.
I'm a little curious, though, what was the confusion on the goal? Were they thinking it might have been a hand pass or a kick in?
That's what I was thinking. A kick was the only other possibility why there was initial confusion, but whatever the refs discussed in the seconds that followed that goal, they decided it would count. And the lead's back up to 3. The Owls find themselves in a big hole with under 13 minutes to go in the game. Centered in front, that shot is blocked. Back out towards the blue line, winding, firing, and that one goes just wide. Boyle might have been looking for a deflection. Wilf will poke it in. The Owls will get a change. And the Pioneers quickly back the other way, and now they'll get a change. Everybody trying to get their freshest skates on the ice as we approach the final 12 minutes of play.
A very good time pass by the Pioneers to make sure that wasn't icing, get everyone off, and then get all your fresh skaters back on.
Down the side, behind the net, looping all the way around. Back up to the point, it's Filato. Into the corner, back behind the net. Stonefield pushes it ahead. We've got a broken stick on the ice. Again, it's for the Pioneers. We've seen a couple of Pioneers skating around today without a stick as Ringwood tries to knock it away.
Yeah, that time it was Jinx's stick, and I think they've lost, I think, 4 of them now. Hopefully they get some replacements there soon.
Here's Stonefield behind the net.
There you go.
Trying to push it down is Maglio. We have a whistle on the play. Not sure what the call is for. Golitsky was out of the net. Maybe a delayed penalty.
Looks like number 6. Looks like King is heading into the penalty box. That's going to be the 5th penalty on William Paterson this game.
The Owls have converted on 1 of the first 4 they've had. A big moment in this game with 11.5 minutes to go. Trailing by 3. The Owls need anything they can get as that one is off the glove of Rudolph and back the other way. Here's Marvin, his shot, saved by Golitsky.
That was a big stand-up save by Golitsky.
Marvin fishing for the hat trick. Now his pass in front couldn't be handled, and the Owls now are fighting for their lives. A man up. That one off the glove of Golitsky. He's able to get back in position to make the save. A rough first 25 seconds to the power play for Temple, and there's a missed pass. But Walker does a nice job retrieving the puck, spinning back with it, but no one was there.
I was expecting Kaiser to be right behind him, and Kaiser was unfortunately very close to him.
He was behind him, but very close. And now it's the Pioneers trying to take off all the clock they can. Plone waiting with it. Now he'll send it right down the middle. Retrieved by Rudolph. Working to the corner. Stops where Bachetsky's there. Rudolph can't control it. Sent. Kaiser blocked it down initially, but now it does go beyond the blue line back past center ice. 50 seconds remaining on the power play.
The Owls have gotten 1 shot on goal in this power play.
They haven't really gotten set up at all, it feels like, through the first minute 20.
And the Pioneers have gotten 4 shots on goal, if anyone's counting.
Not a good trend for your power play unit as that one drifts into the corner. 30 seconds to go on the power play as that one again will find its way all the way back where Joey Golitsky will handle it.
That was a weird switch there. They were pulling Projetsky off the ice, so there was no one back besides Golitsky to go get that puck. And now it's going to come down to 10 seconds and not even going to get another chance here.
Here's Irie being pressured very tightly. 5 seconds remaining on the power play. McDowell chasing after it. It's Pilarski coming away with it. Back to even strength hockey. Trying to center one for Stonefield. It didn't get all the way there.
That was a good effort by Pilarski there to sneak up behind and steal that puck away.
Pilarski now on the far circle. Again, he'll fire, and this one is saved by Mulholland. Another power play goes unrewarded for the Owls as they sit trailing 5-2 with just over 9 minutes remaining in the game.
Yeah, and a little bit of frustration there from Pilarski, and I can understand why. They feel like they've been, at least in some aspects, the superior team, and you're down 5-2.
And it looked like the Pioneers bench thought that was off. I didn't see a referee with a hand up. The Owls didn't touch it. Now they'll get the puck back in the offensive zone nonetheless. And if there's ever a time to need it, it is now. Trailing by 3, just 9 minutes to go. A fairly even game shot-wise. The Pioneers 35 to Temple's 31. It'll be Phillips on the draw for the Owls. Alan Senton moving ahead, looking for the outlet pass. It was intended for Jinx. He couldn't corral it. LeBombard trying to push it ahead. Trailing Phillips. Now LeBombard comes to the near side. And there's an offsides against the Owls as LeBombard slides his way near the boards.
A little bit tripped up there. But unfortunately, just you can't get set in the offense. You can't get the shots you're looking for right now, at least if you're Temple.
Yeah, it's very rare and it's hard to sustain offense living off of those breakaways and those fast breaks the other way. You've got to be able to score at even strength when your offense has to get set up. Here's Sauer pushing it away. Barberini will backhand it. The Owls just getting it out of harm's way right now. Trying to keep the deficit at just 3. Moving in is Ringwood. Backhanding that one on net. Mulholland will snag it out of the air. And we have a whistle.
This is also the most goals that the Owls have given up in a conference game since October 15th against Lehigh. And that was a 5-0 game. So this game at least looks a bit better for Temple in the goal count, but just very different periods. Like the periods, at least the behavior and the play by the Owls each period, night and day.
Ringwood gets a close look in the slot, but that one's saved again by Mulholland. And you're right, really a second period to forget. It kind of put this game out of reach. I mean, after an even first period, tied in shots, tied in goals, it's just gone the complete opposite way since that first period. And a relatively even third as well. But the Pioneers have once again scored the only goal of this period. Ringwood knocks it down. It's Walker spinning with it, shooting, and it goes just beyond the outside post. Walker with it, tries to center it for Ringwood. That one's picked off. Back the other way came Bucci. He's only able to push it in.
Got stopped there by Walker. Big hit by him.
Mm-hmm. And now here's Maglio trying to get it out dangerously through the slot. Backhanded by Walker. Maglio chasing after it. Can't quite get it past Murphy. Now the puck jolted up in the neutral zone. Neither team can really control.
That puck stood still for like a minute. There was 4 different players that went for it and couldn't really get a handle.
Mulholland slows it down where Plone will outlet it ahead. King able to float that one in. Galitsky the first one there, trying to start a rush the other way, but out of the reach of Rudolph. Handled by Boyle. McDowell flying down the far side. 7 minutes to go in the period. Cross ice look for Rudolph, trying to handle it with his skate. He'll spin away from a major hit. Now it's Rudolph trying to get into the slot. Couldn't make it through all the sticks. A great effort from Julian Rudolph.
But he was hit and brought down multiple times, and he's a little slow and a little limber on that one, unfortunately. So he's going to be feeling that one in the morning.
That one is spun on net, and Galitsky will have to poke it away. And now it looks like we've got a penalty on the play, and Owl is down up against the boards. And having some trouble getting up off the ice.
It's like 38, that looks like McDowell.
Was that McDowell? Yeah, it looks like it.
He took a heavy hit into the boards. On the flip side, there was a slow player on the other side to get up, but he's already fine. Thomas Boyle took a head-first dive into the crash boards where we're sitting. He was a bit slow.
And once again, the Owls will have the man advantage. They've gone scoreless in their last couple of attempts. Here's Wilf trying to win the draw for Temple. And again, as we've seen, Jonathan, you talked about it, winning the faceoffs is paramount. And the Owls have started pretty much all of their power plays back on their own end.
It's really just the offensive zone draw that seemed to be a struggle today, and I can't quite pinpoint a reason why, because you feel like they've been struggling everywhere, but the defensive ones have been pretty well controlled. They haven't had any major offensive opportunities off those defensive faceoffs.
Here's Pilarski now trying to send one out in front. That shot is blocked in front. Wilf has a shot at it, and that was saved by Mulholland, and the rebound is taken away. Back the other way is Bauer. He'll send it all the way in where Galitsky slows it down. 1:15 to go on the power play, 5:40 to go in the third period. Irie moves in, and another offsides against the Owls.
Yeah, it's just these little things, like the face-offs and then the offsides as well. Like they're looking at each other and they feel like they're doing everything right, and they feel like they're onside. It could just be that 1 inch or two.
Every little thing counts, and it has gone against the Owls so far tonight, trailing 5-2. Rudolph slams that one along the boards all the way around. Walker pushes it back in for Temple. A spinning clear attempt. Sauer backhands it, keeps it just inside the blue line. Again, the Owls keep it in. It's Rudolph in the slot. Trying to get to his forehand, spins back with it. Back to Sauer, over to Kaiser. So Rudolph, 40 seconds to go on the man advantage. Kaiser flips one on net. It sits in front. Walker couldn't spin it back on goal, and now it'll be cleared away again.
He was almost like held still for a moment there by two Pioneers like sandwiched around him.
20 seconds to go on the power play. The Owls, maybe their last rush. Under 5 minutes to go in the third period. Rudolph drops it off for Bachetsky. In the far corner, Bachetsky tries a cross-ice pass for Rudolph. That was knocked away initially, and enough of a great effort by Bucci to get it out.
Yeah, Bucci's now meeting with his old friend Nolan Sauer, and unfortunately, they might have a bit more of another conversation.
Back to even strength hockey. Here's Bachetsky trying to center one in front. That's blocked away by Plone.
Yeah, he was looking for Rudolph, but there was too many bodies in front of him.
Just over 4 minutes to go. Moving in, that shot from the slot where the near circle is knocked into the glass and all the way back where it will be controlled by Filato. That one knocked down and taken. Moving the other way is Moran. His shot is saved by Mulholland. Moran trying to get in on the action here.
And Bucci coming over and crediting him for the steal and the speed that he just showed right there. That was a good effort by Moran, who hasn't seen much playing time this season, but he's shown flashes of a very good fourth liner here.
He's been active today.
And now he's feeling good. He's out there with Pilarski and Irie.
And now here come the Pioneers with some speed the other way. That shot is just over the net and wide. Back into the slot. It'll be taken away by Temple. Nice pass off the boards, connecting with Pilarski. Here's Pilarski trying to drop one off for Irie, but they could not connect.
They've been all over these slashers. Like every time they come down the center of the ice, you have Irie. He's covered by one or two Pioneers, very, very close quarters. Pilarski's been covered one or two ways. Like the Pioneers did their homework. They knew like you got to stop these slashers coming for the net. And unfortunately, another little passing miscue almost causes another offsides call.
And Pilarski forced to just leave the puck alone, knowing that the offside was imminent. Golitsky will send it to the side, and now the Owls will push ahead down the middle. Floated up by Lansdowne. Pilarski chasing after it. Under 3 minutes to go in the third period. That one goes past Pilarski and Ringwood. Lansdowne waiting for it. Back to Guinea, and it goes over his stick beyond the blue line, and the Owls will have to escape the zone.
It's a bit of a bouncing puck on that one. Good grab there by Ringwood.
Ringwood sends it in on Mulholland. He doesn't want to cover, but now he turns it over to Walker.
Yeah, the only problem was him and Bagley were on the same side, so there's no passing game they could have played there to try and free either of them up for a shot.
And they were the only two in the offensive zone, so that was really their only option.
They were trying to get off for a change, and it turned into a good opportunity. Big hit by Marvin and Barberini.
A massive collision in the Owls' defensive zone. 2 minutes to go here in the third and final period.
Another big hit by. Do you think he remembers that goal that got shot on him?
Oh, I think he remembers.
I don't think he's going to forget.
That one will be floated back the other way, and it'll be smashed back in. Looking for that long outlet ahead for McDowell. It's just out of his reach. Icing is waved off. McDowell falls to his back on the way there.
That was good defense there by Murphy, using his body, sizing McDowell out of the zone, and then even putting him on his back.
That one will be sent all the way around. Walker can't corral it. Now Barberini holds at the red line. Walker will flip that one back in. K's are the only one chasing after it, and now here come the Pioneers.
Yeah, they're coming in for a change. Unfortunately, it's poorly timed because these Pioneers, they can be so quick. That was another fast wrist shot.
Put away harmlessly by Golitsky. That shot the other way by Kaiser is knocked away by Mulholland. Rudolph for Smedley. Over for Stonefield. His shot snagged by Mulholland.
Saw that coming from a mile away, did number 29.
No traffic in front of him. It makes for his 34th save on 36 shots. On the other end, Galitsky making over 30 saves for the second straight game, had 32 against Duquesne, and now with 33 today against William Paterson. Stonefield tries to lay a hit. That one's out of the reach of Pachetsky, and back the other way come the Pioneers. Moving in, the shot from the slot blocked away by Smedley.
Ooh. Big hit by Smedley as well. That's a frustration hit.
That one floated high into the air. Chasing after it was Pachetsky. He didn't even look up for it. He knew it was coming. Sends one in front for Rudolph. Can't get his stick on the ice. He'll flip it over for Smedley. 20 seconds to go in the game. That shot is snagged by Mulholland.
Yeah, now Mulholland is getting into a rhythm, and that's probably even more frustrating for the Owls, is that now they're starting to get offense. They're starting to put some pressure in the dying seconds here, and, well, 29 is proving to be a little hard to pass this period.
In a game that's been relatively even outside of that second period, the Owls will feel the remains of that as Mulholland pushes it away. 10 seconds to go in the game. Pushed up against the boards. I'm not sure if it's going to move by the time this clock runs out. 3 seconds.
I think they're just having a nice little debrief before the actual debrief.
And time runs out. A big victory for the William Paterson Pioneers coming into the Igloo and winning it 5-2.
It's a frustrating loss for sure for the Owls.
Jonathan, in a game that was even after one period, now after 3 periods, the shots were even. What went wrong in that second period that led to the Pioneers just getting out in front and grabbing a lead that they would not relinquish?
It was just kind of the energy and that speed, and then the passing really for me stuck out. They were having a lot of issues coming back from their defensive end down, below the point and getting into that neutral zone and making passes. And William Paterson was using that speed and that skating ability they have and really capitalizing on those turnovers.
It's a big win, and Cole Mulholland, as mentioned, 36 saves on the night, willing his team to a victory behind 5 goals, 2 of them from leading scorer Adam Marvin. The Owls fall to 2-4 at home. The Pioneers up to 8-2 on the road. What do you think that says about this team, Jonathan? 8-2 away from home.
It shows that they can go to different locations and they can still play with the same energy as they do at home. And, this is a team that has shown flashes of greatness, flashes of being this favorite in the ECHA. And there's been nights where they've struggled. And, they've beaten New York University, which is a near-ranked university. They've gone into Navy and beaten Navy. At least one. They've split the series with those two. So it's an interesting team, and seeing them out here and perform well, does scare me down the line. Because Al's going to play them again.
That is true, and this is also the 3rd loss in a row for Temple. Their first loss in regulation since October 23rd against Navy. And that will do it for us tonight from the Igloo. The Owls fall 5-2. For our crew, Jonathan Burke, Olivia Benner, and Haley Palmer, I'm Luke Milai. Have a great night, everybody.